Improvement District Rehabilitation Program, Streetscapes, have been striving to address the mother city's chronic homelessness for years. According to the organization, their latest initiative, called LaundReCycle, served the dual purpose of creating jobs and greening communities while restoring dignity to Cape Town's homeless population. For more on this, we are joined on Zoom from Cape Town by Jesse Laitinen, who is the NGO's Manager of Strategic Partnership. Jesse, a very good morning to you. Thanks for joining us. Welcome to Morning Live.
Good morning. So good to be with you.
Now, before we get into your latest initiative, Jesse, just in short, speak to us about your organization and the kind of work that you do there.
We've got an incredible team, together with partners like CCID, as you mentioned, looking at how do you innovate for solutions for people who are unemployable, have the longest list of vulnerabilities, and cannot get housing. So we're not running out of challenges, but we're finding fabulous, interesting solutions as we go along.
And talk to us, Jesse, about the LaundReCycle initiative and why it is so important for you guys to rehabilitate Cape Town's homelessness.
The LaundReCycle is a very good example of that kind of innovation that I mentioned earlier. So we're looking at off-grid jobs, which means that we're not dependent on having sewage lines, water taps, nor electricity. And we can provide services for not only the homeless community, but a whole lot of small businesses that are finding us. Now, this means that we have this hybrid model where income comes through our social enterprises, employs only chronic homeless individuals who, through that work, can uplift themselves and fix their own problems. And at the same time, we can improve services in the city.
All right, just give us more details on how the LaundReCycle initiative works and who gets to benefit and how do you select the beneficiaries?
Let's start with the beneficiaries. So people who are seen as a problem on the streets. So we're talking about homeless individuals, a group of them that have been there for years, have severe addictions or mental health issues. You know, probably individuals, you walk past them and you don't quite know what to do. It makes you feel kind of helpless and just all kinds of difficult feelings as we see this group. Now, those are our clientele, and they get referred to us by the city, by the courts, by the Central Improvement Districts, or SIDS, as well as the police. And we employ them in one of our 10 social enterprises and combine these with psychosocial support and housing as well. So the laundromat, it's situated very conveniently in the middle of town, and small businesses especially are coming. We wash their overalls, we wash their shelter sheets, as well as just students and other people who want their laundry done. It's cheaper, we're charging about half the rates, and it allows 3 people to be fully employed.
Now, do unpack for us the importance of incorporating work, as part of the rehabilitation process, especially through this initiative.
You know, it was fascinating when we first started 6 years ago. We asked a whole lot of people who were recycling through the court system, being arrested all the time, what is it that they actually need? And it really surprised me. They didn't want housing. They didn't even want social workers or shelters. They said, we need a job, man. We need to fix our own issues. So we really started the work component because that's what our clientele wanted. And work, we kind of tend to think about it in terms of just the income aspect. Mm-hmm. But if you think of it, you know, it is our ticket to ride in society. It gives you purpose, it gives you structure, it gives you a role. You're being told that you are useful. And when you don't have those things, they weigh very heavily on you. So we look at it as an opportunity to be reintegrated, and through then the daily issues that may crop up for individuals who have never potentially worked in their lives as a university of life. So through the incidents that crop up, whether it's around coming on time, whether it's around working with your team members, whether it's about your way of solving conflict, that's where you learn. Mm-hmm. So we use that truly as a classroom. It's not just income, it's very rich environment.
Okay. And what then happens to the individuals after they've completed this program?
Well, currently our success rate is 85% that move off the streets within 6 months. and remain off the streets. So people connect back with their families, with their children, with their long lost siblings, and move on to other jobs as well. So we partner with other private sector initiatives and try to look for work for people. Or in some cases where the vulnerabilities are too large, we get SASTA grants, we get those applications in, and people then have sustainable income.
Okay. And, Jesse, you've been working with the homelessness initiative for quite a while now. What have you identified as, as the major reasons people find themselves living on the streets?
It's a very good question, and something that we don't think enough of. Usually the problems start a lot earlier than the moment we see people on the streets. The main issues are social and economic. So families that cannot absorb families. They're just so frustrated by unemployment and inadequate welfare services that those that do not bring grants, social grants, or income through jobs are often forced to leave homes. The other major group would be children who, because of the family dysfunction, are chased out if they are using drugs or become delinquent, or suffer so much abuse and neglect that they actually run away.
Are you aiming to take this initiative to the other towns across the province?
That's the dream, finding partners and ensuring that nobody's left behind.
Okay, and for those who are taken by this kind of initiative and want to lend a hand to Khulisa, how do they go about doing that?
There's many ways. One of them is just to walk into our office in Central City, Cape Town. We are next to Food Lovers Market in a community garden, or they can just email me. Could I share my email?
Sure, certainly. Go ahead.
Jesse, Jesse, at Khulisa, KHULISA.org.za.
Okay, please repeat it.
Jesse, Jesse, at KHULISA.org.za.
Okay, great stuff. Jesse, this is such a heartwarming initiative. Thank you so much for having come with it and, for pushing it through for City of Cape Town residents. We do appreciate your time.
Thanks so much.
Jesse Laitinen is the Khulisa Social Solutions Manager of Strategic Partnerships, and he joined us this morning to speak to us about their latest initiative, LaundReCycle, that aims to rehabilitate the homeless in Cape Town. All right, let's take a quick break. We'll be back shortly.